Sharks hockey on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Toyota, #1 in MPG, durability, and resale value. Toyota, let's go places. By Xfinity, home of the most live sports. And by Jeep Cherokee. Built free. Visit Jeep.com or your local dealer to begin your adventure today.
Let's check this evening's Honda starting goalies. Antti Niemi gets the net back. He sat and watched the last two games as rookie Troy Grosenick got consecutive starts for the Sharks. And down at the other end, a man who is first among active goalies in games played, wins, shutouts, and saves. Roberto Luongo. And he was between the pipes a week ago Tuesday when the Sharks lost in Florida 4-1 and was very sharp in that one. Todd McClellan mixing the lines up, as Jamie Baker alluded to just a couple of moments ago. His top two lines in particular, trying to get the Sharks back on track. Gerard Gallant and his team, game 3 of a 4-game road trip that started with a win in Anaheim and then followed by a loss to the LA Kings on Tuesday night. Joe Thornton stands at center with Tomas Hertl on his right, and now Patrick Marleau playing on his left wing, and we are underway. The Sharks beginning a 6-game homestand. In fact, you'll see a lot of Sharks hockey here at SAP Center over the next couple of months. 21 of their next 30 games are here at home, so they'll make up some ground that they lost, having to play 16 of their first 21 on the road. Panthers with the first shot, and they score! Dmitry Kulikov, it's tipped in front, and Florida leads it 1-0 just 24 seconds into the game.
Well, that's going to be Nick Bjugstad, and he had a monster game against Anaheim 4 nights ago, and they beat the Ducks 6-2, and that's just a redirect. Eludes. This is just an easy zone entry, a quick shot from the point, a redirect that eludes Niemi. 1-0. Bjugstad had 2 goals and 2 assists against the Ducks in that 6-2 win. And he's on the board early here for the Florida Panthers.
2 goals in Anaheim for Bjugstad in their 6-2 win, the Panthers, to start this trip. And what a beginning for Florida here on the road. And now it's Kulikov again. Willie Mitchell sends it across ice. The rookie Rocco Grimaldi out there in white for Florida, wearing number 23, a Californian by birth in Orange County, born in Rossmore, California, near Anaheim. Now Kulikov working defensively in his own zone, and the Panthers come ahead. Bjugstad with the goal is 5th from Kulikov and Jonathan Huberdeau. Here's the Panthers again, and a shot by Tomas Fleischmann goes just wide. And after the goal, some great opportunities for Florida as they continue now. Jokinen a shot, and that's blocked. Picked up on this side by Jimmy Hayes, trying to work it all the way to the blue line. Trocheck with it. And he'll pull the trigger, and Niemi with the pad save with Hayes screening in front. Jokinen again. Another shot. That one's just wide. And Brian Campbell sends it back around for Jokinen. And the Panthers here in the early going with all kinds of zone time in the San Jose end of the ice. Now Pavelski trying to get it out. The pressure continues to be put on by Florida.
Well, the good news for the Sharks, there's a lot of hockey to be had, but they need to get a little more jump in their step because Florida is here to play tonight.
Kopecky trying to get it around for the rookie Aaron Ekblad, number 1 overall draft pick this past June. Now played in for Kopecky by Derek McKenzie. Here's McKenzie behind the net. Tracked down by Mirko Mueller. The other change in tone in Todd McClellan's lineup has been changing up the defense pairs just a little bit. As Demers is playing with Mueller tonight, Brent Burns has been with Mueller for quite some time. Here's Shepard as the Sharks trail 1-0 here in the early going. James Shepard working against big Eric Goodbranson, number 44. Sharks hold it in. McGinn to the line. Demers shot saved by Luongo.
Nice little backhand pass from McGinn.
Now McGinn again, saved by Luongo. McGinn retrieves it in the corner. Back to Demers at the point. Jason Demers goes back for McGinn behind the net. He'll catch it forehand. Now working on his backhand. Has to maneuver around a stick. Luongo with a save. And then it comes out as Desjardins got his stick in there, and now sticks come up.
Well, that's a good shift from the San Jose Sharks, and was exactly what was needed. The first 2-3 shifts of this game were all Florida. Obviously, they scored on the first shift.
Let's look at our Xfinity starting lines. We've talked about the Sharks changes. Marleau and Pavelski essentially flipping lines as Joe Pavelski now with Couture and Nieto. The line you just saw, Goodrow with Shepard and Wingels, and McGinn and Desjardins and Kennedy with a shift as well. There's the defense pair that's pretty much been together all year, Vlasic and Braun, and then the changes. Hannon with Burns tonight, and Demers with the rookie Mueller.
Well, from the Sharks standpoint, they haven't had a practice since last Friday. This is the 4th game in a row without a practice if you don't count morning skates. But that doesn't matter, especially with the veteran guys. They need to get a presence and get some momentum in the offensive zone.
They had yesterday off after the long road trip and the long ride home from Buffalo. Sharks will be back on practice ice for the first time in a while tomorrow. Panthers up 1-0 on the goal by Bjugstad. Now Brad Boyes, a one-time Shark, played just 1 game in his career for the Sharks. It was his first in the NHL, then was traded. Marleau up through the neutral zone. That's knocked away by Willie Mitchell, and it's been an eventful trip for the Florida captain, Willie Mitchell, who of course was with the LA Kings last year, and on Tuesday night received his Stanley Cup ring from head coach Daryl Sutter and the Kings brass. Mitchell's 2nd Stanley Cup ring. He was also with the team in 2012 when they won it all.
Yeah, said it was kind of hard and emotional for him to come back and see a lot of friends, and obviously get his ring was a huge honor. But as the captain of Florida, he's trying to share some of that experience of what it takes to win a championship at the NHL level. A lot of young guys on this hockey team, Florida team.
Left the Kings as a free agent. Now Rocco Grimaldi trying to get a centering pass through past Braun. At the point, it's Brian Campbell, the former Shark. Grimaldi can't catch it behind the goal line. Now Fleischmann challenging Marleau. Patrick gets it up the boards, and now up toward Logan Couture. Can't reach it in time, and Ekblad is back. Florida comes in with 17 points. They're on the outside of the playoff situation in the Eastern Conference. They're 7th in their division, as they had some really troubled times in the early going and had a tremendous amount of difficulty scoring goals. But they've got that turned around a little bit. That win in Anaheim to start this trip was by a 6-2 score over the Ducks.
And they've only played 16 games. When you compare these two teams, Sharks have played 21. Sharks have played 16 road games.
Time for our Lexus Keys to the Game with Jamie Baker.
Well, Sharks, as we know, have been on a long road trip, and when you come back, everybody ropes and everybody rides. It's got to be simple, but you need everybody going. The second thing is transition game. I didn't think their transition game was strong enough against Buffalo. You can create odd man rushes, and it's also transition from offense to defense, making sure that you don't give up odd man rushes. Get the forwards back. Good back pressure through the neutral zone. Transition game is the second key.
Sharks have 22 points on the season, 10 wins, and they're in 5th place in the Pacific Division right now, just 2 back of LA. And the Sharks, if the playoffs started today, would be in the 2nd wild card, so they would be an 8th seed based on their ranking right now. Demers weaves his way through the middle and sends it into the Florida zone. It's gloved down, and the Panthers come right back out with it. Vincent Trocheck on the near wing. Now to get it around for Jimmy Hayes, and it's cleared back out. Hayes had a goal against the Sharks in that win at Florida by the 4-1 score a week ago on Tuesday. That was one of the poorer efforts for the Sharks on that road trip, so they should have no reason to want to make amends for their efforts that night. And they, in fact, after that game, came back with one of their best games of the trip, and that was the 2-1 win over Tampa against the Lightning team that going into that game was the top team in the East.
I think that might have been one of their best games this season.
Desjardins looking to get it to the front of the net. He does. Batted down with his glove by Tyler Kennedy. Luongo will cover it there in the Florida goal crease.
Well, Luongo back in Florida after a long stint with the Vancouver Canucks. Doesn't quite have the same media pressure that he has to deal with up in British Columbia. And he's been backstopping them. He had a He's been playing some good hockey. This is a motivated Florida Panthers team. They're trying to sweep the series against the Sharks and also win 2 out of 3 here in California. And I think they're looking at it. You talked to some of them this morning. They think they can get a leg up on a lot of Eastern teams that they don't think are going to have a chance to win 2 out of 3 in California.
Panthers' last game of this trip will be in Nashville, so kind of on the way home for them.
They fly home tomorrow, actually.
As Burns gets back for the touch, icing called here against Florida. Sharks, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, going back to that first key of everybody ropes, everybody rides, you look at Desjardins, you're going to, even though it's the first home game, the Sharks, this is 8 games in 13 nights. That's a lot of travel, a lot of miles. So look for short shifts, and you need all 4 lines, all 60 contributing tonight.
Just this week, 3 games in 5 nights with the game in Buffalo that we brought to you on Tuesday. Then tonight, then Saturday again before the Sharks get any kind of a break. They'll play Arizona here Saturday night and then be off until the Wednesday, and that's where some rest and practice time will probably show the most benefits.
That's exactly right. You got to get through tonight and Saturday.
1-0 here as the Panthers got on the board 24 seconds in, and we will take a break. Bukestad with the Panther goal. They're up 1-0. Time for McDonald's True Stories. That is rookie Rocco Grimaldi of the Panthers. He had himself quite a Tuesday this week. He was playing in the American Hockey League in San Antonio for the Panthers AHL affiliate. It was a day game. He played the first 2 periods against Oklahoma City. They pulled him off the ice and said, "You've been called up to the big club. You've got to get on a plane. You've got to get to LA." Well, he made it in time for that game against the Kings, and ended up playing in an American League and an NHL game on the same day.
And flew to L.A. with his mom, who was visiting him in San Antonio. His family's from Orange County, believe it or not.
Grimaldi, born in Rossmore, California, and moved to the Detroit area at a fairly young age. His family made the decision to do that to give him a better opportunity. He joined the Little Caesars program in Detroit and was instantly a star there. Check this out. When he was a minor AAA Bantam player in a 53-game season, he scored 112 points for Little Caesars, which is one of the top youth programs in the nation. Now in the NHL for his first year, a second-round draft pick of the Panthers.
And a story you can tell his grandkids someday. Oh, he played two pro games in the same day.
Here's Campbell. The former Shark sends it up ice to Jonathan Huberdeau. Aaron Ekblad setting up to the front of the net. The pass on the backhand by Bukestad, but they don't convert. And now Ekblad will have to back out of the zone.
Watching the reaction of the Sharks coaches kind of shaking their heads right there as the top line is already -1 tonight. Gives up a bit of a 3-on-2, and that's that transition from offense to defense has to be quicker.
Here's Grimaldi, skates in, saved by Niemi, as the Sharks guilty of the turnover again coming out of their end. And now Grimaldi sends it back ahead once more as the Panthers feasting on miscues by the Sharks coming out of their zone here. Pavelski will fire it in from center. It'll ricochet around. Huberdeau's there. Now Grimaldi, only 5'7", but he's quite a package. As the shot comes to Niemi, fast and highly skilled Rocco Grimaldi. As Dmitry Kulikov gets it up ice. 1-0, Florida leading. Jimmy Hayes knocking down a pass, working against Brent Burns, who puts him down into the corner. Tommy Wingels across center, lays it off on the wing for Goodrow. His shot through. Wingels couldn't catch that rebound, and Kulikov will get to it for Florida.
That was the first decent chance for the Sharks this period.
Now Shepard. Scott Hannon will send it in. Sharks will make a defense change on the fly. Hayes with Trocheck. And Barclay Goodrow now sends it to Justin Braun and on to Kennedy. 1-0 Florida. Marc-Edouard Vlasic shot wide. Andrew Desjardins back behind the net. Brian Campbell's there, but so is Kennedy for the Sharks. McGinn, good work on the boards. Now Kennedy battling Ekblad. McGinn looks back. It bounces through to Kennedy and back to McGinn. Now Braun into traffic, kicks back out. Back to Braun again. That shot blocked. Kopecky. And now Braun, a good recovery. Got position on Jimmy Hayes.
Well, that was a good recovery there from Braun. And that was a nice little backhand saucer pass from Kopecky. Showing off some pretty hand skills there.
Icing called against the Sharks here as we remind you that the Sharks are offering a Thanksgiving 3-pack of tickets right now. 3 amazing games, and you also get a Sharks draft hat. Limited number of these available at sjsharks.com/tickets.
There seems to be a little bit of confusion. There's a look at Justin Braun. A little confusion. I think one of the linesmen thought that was icing. A faceoff ended up being outside the Sharks' blue line.
Marleau for Joe Thornton. Thornton, Sharks' leading point getter so far this season. Mueller, Demers, backhander saved by Luongo, and now Demers going at it with Eric Goodbranson. And the linesmen get between them.
Well, Patty Marleau playing up with Joe Thornton, and you got to find a soft spot and get open, and if you do that, you'll get a good chance. You take a look at Thornton. He's got points in 7 straight. And there's Thornton coming in. You can see him look over his left shoulder, find some time, and I like this little play. I like that play from Mueller. Sees Demers down low. Luongo takes away the bottom part of the net, but that's all Joe Thornton, creating some time for everyone else to get open.
19 points for Thornton, 1 better than Brent Burns for the scoring lead right now. Here is Burns. That drops out of the pileup. Now Burns again, saved by Luongo.
His shot from the point, that wrist shot, snapshot, if you will, has so much velocity and such a quick release.
Just past the halfway point of the opening period, 1-0 Florida. Attention Dish customers, Dish may take away your Sharks hockey. Stop Dish from taking away your Sharks. Call Dish now at 1-844-I-WANT-CSN or visit iwantcsnca.com and demand they keep CSN.
Well, we take a look at Tomas Hertl, and the coaches have been talking to him. I saw Todd McClellan down here at the bench talking to him just at this break. Jay Woodcroft was talking to him, and for these young guys, the lack of practices has an impact. And you got to kind of coach through pointing directions and meetings and video. That's it until they get some home time, as you talked about. Starting next week, they'll start getting some practices and working on some of the finer details of the game.
On the road trip, Hertl had the game-winning goal in Carolina on the night that Troy Grosenick recorded that historic shutout in his first NHL appearance. And a stoppage in play here with 9:33 left to go here in period 1.
Take a look at Troy Grosenick. What a game that was in Carolina. Just phenomenal. I thought he played well last game. Maybe off angle a little bit in the second goal. That third goal, actually, the 2-on-1 against, I mean, it was amazing that he made it all the way across because the goalie is fronting the shooter in that situation. That pass came across. He's got great lateral mobility, a great glove hand.
Grosenick finished with 10 saves in that game on a night when Florida managed only 14 shots, but scored 4 times, the last one into the empty net. Vlasic, and that deflected just out of the reach of Luongo. Couture runs it up the wing, drops it down for Pavelski. He has a look, tries to give back for Couture, a Florida stick in the way, and that allows Fleischmann to play it out of the zone. Vlasic on the re-entry. This was deflected, so icing waved off. Ekblad for Brian Campbell. Campbell leaving the Sharks in free agency for Chicago, signed that mega deal. Then they traded him here to the Panthers. James Sheppard with a scoring chance, but shot it wide. Sheppard again. Up top, it's Demers. Quick change over to Mueller. Failed to catch it cleanly. Wingles. Chased down by Hayes. Nice give for Mueller. And that's blocked by Florida. Fleischmann will skate it up.
Florida doing a very workmanlike job in the defensive zone of blocking shots here tonight. Sharks D have to try and get some of them to the net.
Shepard will look to get it deep here, but Jokinen got his stick on it. Sharks will have to hurry up their line change, and Hayes just couldn't catch that pass. Could have been trouble if he did.
Well, one of the few shots that the Sharks have gotten through from the point was Mark Vlasic. You're going to see him. He catches it on his back. Looks like he's going to pass. There's the shooting lane. And you get it towards the net, and that looked like it went off of Logan Couture. Either that or Barkov in front of the net, just off the post. Luongo gets a little bit lucky there in that situation. Nice look from the overhead camera.
Luongo now in his 35th year. And in the NHL, originally drafted by the New York Islanders back in '97. First round draft pick. Came to these Panthers, then to Vancouver, now back to Florida. And he'll probably get to 400 wins this year, and that's kind of a magic number when it comes to goaltenders and the Hall of Fame. Not a stretch at all to suggest that Roberto Luongo will be there one day. 378 career wins at the age of 35 going into tonight. And the current leader in all the big categories in goaltending. Games played, wins, shutouts. He has 67 in his career. Mike Vernon, Shark alumni goaltender. 15 wins short of that 400 mark. You see Chris Osgood there, who is now a broadcaster for the Red Wings. Have a good shot of being in the Hall as well. 1-0 Florida here on the goal by Nick Bjugstad. Just 24 seconds into the game. First shift of the night.
Well, Sharks have definitely settled into this game after the first 2-3 shifts.
Hurdle. Trying to get around Mitchell. Now Joe Thornton surrounded by 3 Florida defenders, but it's Joe Thornton who comes out with the puck. Now Mueller sets, fires, and that deflected wide. Thornton again. Mueller again. The wrist shot caught by Luongo.
Well, there's a couple of instances as we take a look at Mirko Mueller where he'll get more comfortable from a timing and anticipation standpoint at the offensive zone, and he gets the shot, and he's got this one. He's just got to get a quick wrist shot. He'd actually backed out of the zone, and the shot just prior to that, he had an open lane. He could have maybe taken a few steps to his left. He got the shot on that, which was still good. There might have been a better option, but first things first, take care of the defensive zone.
Couture with a shot, and Luongo got a piece of that. Sharks coming on here in the second half of this first period. You're right, Jamie. They've settled in here and are starting to assert their game a little more to the Florida Panthers as opposed to the opposite, which happened early on.
Well, you know, every time you look up at the scoreboard, too, we see the other team's got a 1-0 lead, which creates a little desperation, trailing so early in this game. That wakes everyone up right away.
Here's Ekblad. And now Huberdeau, but knocked out of there by Vaughn. Goodrow pushing off Brian Campbell. Campbell flips it up the wing. Brad Boyes. He'll chip it ahead. Shepard. Back for Goodrow. Threw to Wingles, and he one-timed it wide. That puck bouncing, and he just tried to make contact with it. He did, but off target. As Boyes again to center will send it deep.
Now, Florida's definitely buying into the principle of playing good, solid defense in the defensive zone. They've been impressive. Blocking shots, getting the third or fourth guys back, taking away the middle part of the zone. Playing a good, simple road game, the Panthers are.
Here's Grimaldi. Cross ice, watch Fleischmann. He's checked off the puck by Hannon. This is the first of 6 in a row at home for the Sharks. On Saturday, the Arizona Coyotes will be here. First time the Sharks will have seen that Pacific Division rival. They'll stay up to date and on the go with the official San Jose Sharks app, available for iOS and Android phones and tablets. You get all kinds of information, and you can keep up with the Sharks Twitter and Instagram feeds. Download it right now. Search San Jose Sharks official mobile app on the App Store or Google Play. 7-4 shots in favor of San Jose, but 1-0 to score Florida. And Vincent Trocheck getting set for this face-off, wins the draw from Desjardins. Mitchell a shot, and that's wide.
Trocheck, another one of the younger players. Won the 2012 Rob Tilson Trophy as the MVP of the Ontario Hockey League.
Here's a nice play by Marleau to cut in, get a shot to the net. Chest saved by Luongo.
No one was there with him just because the Sharks were on a change.
Thornton to Marleau, just out of his wheelhouse, wrists it toward the goal block. Now kept in by Mueller and over to Jason Demers, and Luongo with a glove save. Sharks getting pucks to the net, nothing in yet. 4.5 to go here in the first.
Welcome back to SAP Center in San Jose. We're going to take a look at Hertl and Marleau in the offensive zone trying to get open in the slot. And this is what Florida's been doing. We're going to roll it now. Both guys, you're trying to get your sticks open, and you can look at Florida getting in the shooting lanes and tying up the San Jose Sharks. Sharks have struggled scoring goals, and it's that area right there in that slot area that you want to try and outnumber the other team. Although Florida right now, they're doing a good job being very conscientious from a defensive standpoint. But you want to box guys out, get your sticks on the ice, find ways to get those dirty second, third chance goals, those gritty goals, and that's what the Sharks are looking to do. That was a good double screen, though, by the Sharks. Good step in the right direction.
Starting with the game in Florida a week ago Tuesday, the Sharks have been in a scoring slump, if you will. They had 1 goal in the 4-1 loss. Then they had 2. That was enough to win in Tampa 2-1. Then they were on the wrong end in Columbus, losing 2-1. They had 2 in Carolina and got the shutout, of course, from Grosenick to win that one, and then held to just 1 again in Buffalo on Tuesday night. Fleischmann. And now Grimaldi for Florida.
Boy, he is quick. Those first 2 steps, Sharks got to keep an eye on him.
5'6", 172 pounds.
I guess if you're going to be 5'6" in the NHL, it's probably a good idea to be pretty quick and fast.
I don't know how you get here without being that. Here he is, Grimaldi, saved by Niemi. Rocco Grimaldi bidding for his first career NHL goal. Pavelski and Luongo with the save. He'll grab hold of the rebound.
Well, this is the first instance in this game. We've kind of seen teams trade chances going from one end to the other. Both teams have done a good job in the neutral zone. There's Pavelski after a little switch in the neutral zone taking the shot. And that puck was kind of rolling a little bit. That's why Luongo kind of bobbled it. Still made the save. He's very comfortable. He's played a lot of games here at SAP Center. Roberto Luongo has over the years.
One of his best was earlier this year, last season, in March 18th, Florida was here, right after the trade, and Luongo made 52 saves in a Panthers 3-2 win over the Sharks. In fact, Florida has kind of had the Sharks' number of late. They are 6-1 in their last 7 games against the Sharks.
3-0 here at SAP.
Braun for Nieto, and we thought it was just Buffalo. Chance in front, and it goes past Nieto and back out into the neutral zone.
Again, San Jose forwards doing a good job getting the puck back to the defense, but Florida's forwards are very quick and doing a good job of getting in the lanes. In that situation, forced Braun to just throw the puck back down into the corner.
Matt Nieto trying to get off the schneid. He scored in the first game of the year at LA. And now he's gone 21 in a row since then.
He's played very well defensively, but you also want to try and contribute. This game is about scoring goals.
And when you're a top 6 forward, which Nieto has been for most of this year, the offensive production is expected. Burns slowed down in the corner by Huberdeau. Goodrow's going to get to this as he plays it in past Goodbranson. Under 2.5 left here in the opening period as Brad Boyes will send it into Sharks territory. Jussi Jokinen trying to get to it first, but the rookie Mueller plays it up the wing. Time again. Sent in by Demers. Rolls along the top of the dasher board. And McGinn got a strong period so far.
Yes, this fourth line's providing some good energy.
Desjardins now. And a good strong defensive play by Florida there. We've got a penalty as a result. It's going to be against the Sharks just as soon as McGinn controls the puck. And with just under 2 minutes to go in the period, the Panthers will go on the power play, holding, as you see there, the indication from the referee.
San Jose, number 10, minor penalty, holding.
Well, you don't want to take holding penalties 200 feet from your own net in the last couple of minutes, and that's on the captain, Willie Mitchell. You can see it there. Desjardins just trying to get his arm in there, and the referee saw it, called it. Now the Sharks go on a penalty kill.
Penalty kill's been strong.
Really
Sharks
strong.
have killed 14 of the last 15 over the last 6 games.
Special teams have been good all year for the most part. Penalty kill struggled the first 3 or 4 games, but otherwise they've been very good.
Special teams hasn't really been the Sharks' difficulty on most nights. It's 5-on-5 play. Here's Wingels. Couture. Saved by Luongo. Wingels again, and Luongo able to cover it up as Campbell gives Couture a shot, and he goes down in the crease. And now Wingels getting fired up down there.
And gets the crowd fired up a little bit. A little pushing and shoving. And if you have an aggressive penalty kill and you can get some scoring chances, it gets into the mindset of the opposition's power play just a little bit. Nice little pass from Wingels to Couture. Gets the shot on net. And you see both of them going for that rebound. That's right. You got 2 penalty killers in there trying to get the Sharks' first shorthanded goal of the season. You get a face-off now in the offensive zone. Get a good look at Tommy Wingels. You see him communicating, sitting right beside me down here at ice level. The Sharks have not, you know, I've been watching their bench. There's been no frustration in the fact that they gave up that early goal. Keep forging ahead.
Marleau will take this draw after Pavelski was tossed. And Kulikov now for Florida. Unless they score, they'll be on the power play here for the rest of the period. Hayes can't get the pass through. Defended well by Hannon. Bjugstad back around for Hayes. Bjugstad has the Florida goal. Kulikov will give it back to Hayes on the wing. Burns, excellent work. And now Brent Burns will play it ahead for Marleau. Under a minute left in the opening period. Sharks have outshot Florida 12-5. Dmitry Kulikov for UC Jokinen. Boys in front. And he had Barkov there. Out to Boys, and off the stick of Jokinen wide. Wingels battling Barkov on the boards, comes back to Kulikov. He'll wrist one through. Niemi to save.
Nice aggressive save by Niemi coming out, taking away the bottom part of the net.
Barkov leaves it for Jokinen. Has a look, sends it down behind the goal line, across for Huberdeau, and it kicked off his skate toward his stick. Boy, if he settles that, it would have been a great chance. Nieto will punch one in. It'll deflect wide to the corner. Jokinen there with Huberdeau. And that's going to do it for the first period. A very brief bit of time will carry into the second period on the power play for Florida. Just 7 seconds. That is the end of the first period here at SAP Center. And it's the Panthers leading the Sharks 1-0. Coming up on our Ram Intermission Report, Brody and Curtis Brown standing by in the studio. They'll have a Sportsnet Central update. And then Jamie Baker is back here to talk to Sharks defenseman Scott Hannon.
Sharks Hockey on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Esurance. 15 minutes for a quote isn't how it works. Start with Esurance, and you could save money on car insurance in half the time.
Back at SAP Center as we get set for the start of the second period. The Panthers leading the Sharks 1-0. Time for this date in hockey history, November 20th of 1995. That man, Larry Robinson, Sharks associate coach, was among those inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in '95, along with another player, Fred Buncook. In the builder category, Bill Torrey went in. And in the broadcaster category, Brian McFarland. Larry finished his playing career with 6 cups, and then he won his 7th as an assistant coach with New Jersey. Just a tremendous NHL career by the Hall of Famer, Larry Robinson. He finished his career with a +730 rating.
Say that again.
+730. And here's what is even more remarkable. Made the playoffs in every one of his 20 NHL seasons.
Humble, professional, just That man is all about passion for hockey. Look at him. Just loves it. Brings that smile every single day. I would be remiss, by the way, if I didn't bring up the fact that two of the guys on the list, Bill Torrey and Brian McFarland, were from the same alma mater as Mr. Dan Rusanowski and I, St. Lawrence University in upstate New York.
Sharks have killed off the remaining seconds on the Andrew Desjardins penalty. And now back to 5-on-5 as we're underway with the second period here at SAP Center. Sharks trying to get this one tied up, down 1-0 on a first period goal by Nick Bjugstad as Tomas Hertl has it behind the net, plays it up the near side boards, looking for Marc-Edouard Vlasic. Now Marleau, and Hertl again with a chance, but two Panther defenders tying him up. Pushed ahead by Vlasic. Mitchell quickly, and now Brad Boyes. He'll come across the Sharks line. Good transition to Joe Thornton. He delays, looks for help. Sharks will get a line change here too as Hertl chases it down.
Well, that delay by Thornton in the neutral zone allows Hertl to be the first man on and not allow an easy first pass for the Florida Panthers. Subtle play, but a good play.
Kept in by Burns. Now Nieto out there with Pavelski and Couture. If you joined us late, Logan Couture playing with Pavelski tonight. And Patrick Marleau up on Joe Thornton's line, and a change in lines for Todd McLellan.
Trying to get something going from the offense. San Jose, 9 goals in their last 6 games.
And I think, quite honestly, you're trying to get Patrick Marleau going. You're putting him up there with one of the best passers in the game in Joe Thornton. Pavelski's been getting his points, but it's just been a tough go for Marleau, who's had streaks in his career where he's gone this many games with no goals or one. In this case, one in his last 16. Then Patty tends to be that guy. Once they start going in, he'll score 10 and 5.
Exactly. Well, that's what he did at the start of the year. 4 goals in the first 5 games.
Jason Demers, he led all Sharks with 3 shots on goal in that first period. Demers playing with a new D partner tonight, Mirko Mueller. Mueller tried to get that back behind the net for Wingels, didn't. Dylan Olsen turns back for Florida. Demers backing up now as Hayes pressures. Steered by Goodrow to center, and now Wingels. He'll get wide, try and slip it through for Shepard, broken up by Goodbranson. Trocheck, Kopetsky, good back check on Trocheck, and then a shot off the post. Jimmy Hayes almost made it 2-0.
That was a good back check by Shepard, but Tommy Wingels has to be careful entering the offensive zone. He lost the puck there, and it led to a 3-on-2 going the other way.
Slapped in, and Niemi will cover for a face-off in the Sharks zone. Antti Niemi getting the start here and getting some luck there as Hayes looks up to the heavens after missing that.
Yeah, there's the
chance.
look right there. Oh, man, he had it, too. That's short. You can see his reaction right after. There's Jimmy Hayes. They picked him up at a trade with Chicago last year, and they sent Versteeg back to the team that he won a Stanley Cup with.
Mitchell a shot. Now Sean Thornton back to the point, and just wide. Niemi's lost his goal stick, reaches out, gets it back. Kulikov with a shot, and Niemi through traffic makes the save and hangs on. And Antti Niemi back between the pipes after surrendering his net to the rookie Grosnick the last 2 games.
Well, that was an alert play. You could see Niemi, he was looking and tracking the puck the whole time while trying to pick up his stick. And he got out to the top of the crease just in time to make that save as we take a look at Troy Grosnick.
Niemi's 1-4 in his last 5 starts as he got the bulk of the work on the road trip, especially after Alex Stalock went down with a lower body injury that required surgery.
Well, he hasn't. It's like a pitcher that's not getting much hitting, though. I mean, 1-1 in those last 2 games, but good numbers. 1.52 goals against and 951 save percentage.
There's a hard shot on the wing from Burns, saved by Luongo.
Burns got the lone goal for the Sharks last game. That was a good scoring opportunity.
Niemi's last work was in Columbus on the road trip. He made 26 saves, but as you said, the support wasn't there. The Sharks lost 2-1. Chance for Florida here. Puck bounces into the corner. Brad Boyes there for the Panthers.
One failed
Shot saved by Niemi off of Jonathan Huberdeau. Grade A chance there, but Niemi comes through.
The 2013 Calder Cup winner Huberdeau gets a chance, and it all starts with an errant clearing pass from the San Jose Sharks. That first pass leads to some offensive zone time by the Florida Panthers. Huberdeau's number 11 in the middle of your screen, and he tries to go far side. Nice right pad save or toe save from Niemi. Keep this score 1-0.
8 saves on 9 Florida shots for Niemi. Face-off win. Ekblad, Niemi drops it. It pinballs around. And it's gathered in now by Logan Couture, who heads up ice with Nieto. And the shot from Couture to the net, caught by Luongo.
Well, Logan Couture coming through the neutral zone. He's got 2 options. He can do a cross-corner dump, try and kick the puck up to Nieto, or you try and fire one that could lead to a rebound. You're kind of shooting up high, like trying to go off the shoulder or mask of the goaltender. And you know, you talked about Patty Marleau trying to get going from an offensive standpoint. Same goes with Logan Couture. He had 4 assists on the road trip, but didn't score in that 7-game road trip.
Grimaldi intercepted by Couture. He's then checked hard by Goodbranson. The outlet pass intended for Markov. Taken away. Mueller up to the line, and now Couture for Matt Nieto. Couture tied up with Barkov and fell. Grimaldi. He'll come to center. And offside are the Panthers.
Stay connected to the Sharks 24/7 with SGSharks.com. Facebook.
Thomas Fleischmann, also one of the goal scorers against the Sharks in that game in Florida a week ago Tuesday. 4 goals for them. A real lift as this Panther team, as we mentioned earlier, really struggled in the early parts of the year. They had only 16 goals in their first 13 games. And then that 4-goal night against the Sharks. We mentioned the 6 goals against Anaheim the other night as they finally get it turned around. Now the Sharks are in the similar boat. Not all year, the early parts of the season, the Sharks weren't having nearly so much trouble. The big game on the road trip was in Dallas when they came from behind to win that one with 5 goals. But the going got tough after that, starting with Chicago the very next night.
Well, you're going to need to score more than 2 goals on most nights if you want to win in the NHL. And San Jose's defensive play has been really good the last few games. For the most part, the last 5-6 games. But the offense has dried up.
Off the high Brent Burns shot, Scott Hannon to Barclay Goodrow. Now Goodrow looking to win a battle with Jimmy Hayes on the board. Hannon from the point, stick saved by Luongo, and we've got a penalty. It's going against Florida, and the Sharks will get a power play opportunity here.
Well, that's what the Sharks' third line. That's a good shift for them. Antti Niemi's made his way over to the bench, and there you can see the penalty.
Gerard Gallant, the head coach of the Panthers.
Number 7, minor penalty, cross-checking.
Dmitry Kulikov will sit for the cross-check.
He's the one that got the primary assist on the lone goal of this game, and see if San Jose can make him pay for that as he sits in the penalty box. We get our first look at the San Jose Sharks power play.
Sharks on a Cache Creek power play, their first of this game. Sharks power play right now ranked 7th with 15 power play goals on the year.
Cooled off a little bit in the last 5 games.
Florida did give up 3 power play goals to the LA Kings on Tuesday night, 2 of them in a 4-goal second period.
They've given up 1 power play goal in the previous 7, so.
Thornton, trouble with Willie Mitchell. And Ekblad will play it out. The Sharks bring it right back in as they get onside in time, but Couture's pass is deflected out of play by Kopecky.
Well, we're going to find out which penalty kill unit comes tonight, shows up for the Florida Panthers. As you said, they gave up 3 power play goals in the second period to the Kings last game. But in the prior 7 games, they'd only given up 1.
Joe Pavelski leads the Sharks power play with 4 man advantage goals this year. Couture has 3, Marleau has 3. They're all on the ice right now on this top unit. Off the draw, it's the Panthers. Mitchell had a chance to clear, could not. And Couture will get it to Thornton.
Good puck retrieval by the Sharks.
Burns on the left wing. Back across for Thornton. Off a Florida stick, but he settles it. Burns one-times it just wide. What a pass by Thornton. Burns got pretty good wood on it, but just missed the target. Now Pavelski trying to center. Excellent defensive play by Ekblad. Marleau. Thornton. His back pass for Marleau. Temporarily broken up by Mitchell. Pavelski's stick appeared to be tied up. Couldn't get it free for a pass. Now Marleau fires, and it's blocked. Back to Couture. 45 left on the power play. Thornton against Ekblad. Back to Thornton. Back across. Marleau shot it wide.
Well, he's not going to get a better look than that.
Thornton again. Burns from up top. Marleau. Pavelski. Saved by Luongo. And they score. Logan Couture ties the game.
Well, the Sharks just stay with it. They had a couple of great chances, and that is one heck of a save from Luongo. And then Couture establishes body position. We're going to see Pavelski. There's the redirect, the first save. He throws it out. Puck's just laying there, and it's Logan Couture coming in, beating two guys. You can see Logan Couture in this slot area. You're going to see a stick come right there. And he gets in front of the Panthers, gets his stick open, gets his 8th of the year. And that's a huge power play goal for the San Jose Sharks.
It is Couture from Pavelski and Marleau at 6:19. A power play goal. Couture's 4th with the power play this year. And we're tied up here in the second period.
And some credit has to go to the Sharks' third line. The Shepherd line, who's out on the ice right now. They're the ones that drew that penalty to put the Sharks on the power play.
Niemi sends it up the boards. And the Panthers with it deep here, and it came right out in front. Huberdeau didn't get to it in time, and it's cleared to center ice. With Branson, Marc-Edouard Vlasic keeping it away from Brad Boyes. Braun for Shepherd off his stick. Dylan Olsen trying to get it out and hit the linesman's foot. And now Goodbranson comes across to get it ahead for Florida.
You can see that goal gave the Sharks just a little shot of adrenaline here on the bench. The guys are leaning forward a little bit more, ready to go.
Niemi slows it down for Demers. Almost intercepted. Barkov wants Grimaldi taken away. Desjardins places it ahead for Tyler Kennedy. McGinn, Mirko Mueller. He gets one to the net, deflected wide. Luongo appeared to see it all the way.
I like the patience of Mueller there, trying to change his angle on 2 different occasions to get that puck through.
Changes here by both teams on the fly. McGinn, and that'll go off a Florida stick and out of play. Logan Couture on the power play gets this game tied up. Time for our Ram shot of the game.
We're going to take a look at Logan Couture, who's up in the high slot area. And he's going to slide in here, right into the slot. Let's just keep an eye on Logan Couture as the Sharks move up low to high. Keep an eye on Logan Couture. He comes, and right there, he beats two guys. And because of that, he gets the Sharks power play goal, his 8th of the year. You're going to see a stick come into the action right there. Great job by Logan Couture.
So life breathed into the team, into the building. SAP Center comes alive now as the Sharks have tied it. First home game in a long time for the hockey team as Brent Burnshots get all the way through to Luongo. Last time the Sharks were home was November 6th. And it ended on a sour note as the Canucks were 3-2 winners here.
And the Sharks have never really strung together many home games. I mean, 2 is the most that they've had. Now they have an opportunity. This homestand, 6 games, is more games than the Sharks have played at home all year. So they can get familiar here with the boards, playing at home in front of the fans, and they don't have to worry about packing and heading out on the road.
And unfortunately, in their 5 home games so far, they've lost 3 of them. Only home wins thus far was Game 2 of the year when they shut out Winnipeg 3-0. And then another win over the New York Islanders. Trocheck, no helmet, and Florida's offside.
You just saw there, right? That is an instance of the speed of this young Florida team. Their coaching staff's done a really nice job of getting the players to buy in from a defensive standpoint. There's Gerard Gallant. Second stint as a head coach in the NHL. John Murray. And there's my old coach, Mark Morris, one of the assistants. He was in Manchester for many years coaching the LA Kings farm team. He was one of my coaches back when I played at St. Lawrence. John Madden, of course, the assistant, won 3 Stanley Cups, 2 with New Jersey, 1 with Chicago as a player, also a 2001 Selke winner.
Eric Goodbranson steered into San Jose territory by Derek McKenzie. Time again, trying to slip it up the boards. Does get it to Desjardins. Comes back out to the Panthers, Dylan Olsen. Second and final meeting between the teams so far this season. Sharks hoping to avoid being swept here by the Panthers. It's already happened to them by Buffalo and Columbus.
Let that sink in.
Thornton and Niemi playing it back up for Marc-Edouard Vlasic. The only good news about that, I guess, if there's anything good about getting swept, is it's by teams in the East. It doesn't hurt you in your own division as far as the points you give up to the other team. Marleau overskates it. Huberdeau trying to center it. Now Marlowe's got it. To Hertl. Back for Marleau with some speed through the middle. Patrick up the middle. Marleau can't get that puck flat for a shot. Gets it back from Thornton.
That's the Patty Marleau you see driving the middle. That's what you want to see. He starts doing that, he's going to score some goals.
No stick for Luongo. Shot by Vlasic. Rebound. Oh, and how did that stay out? Luongo didn't see it, and he had no goal stick. He still doesn't. It's behind the Florida net, and now, as they play it ahead, Luongo looking for that opportunity to scoot out from his crease and get his stick, and he's got it. Shot in by Couture. Grimaldi. Now Demers. He's got it to Mueller. He winds up and saved by Luongo. Rebound. Couture. A swing and a miss. Barkov. Here's Grimaldi. Hands it off for Kulikov. Kulikov puts on the brakes to the net, and Niemi a stick save. Things opening up a little bit here in the second period. Sharks have tied it 1-1. Mitchell for Grimaldi. And backhanded in by Fleischmann. Contact at the line. As Goodrow is checked there by Goodbranson.
He's a big boy, Goodrow. Uses size out there.
Here's Goodbranson, the defenseman, slips it in. Down the wing goes Jokinen after it, but Mirko Mueller's got it. Trying to work it to Demers. He had a man on, and off Olsen sticking out. Sharks catch a break there. They're out shooting Florida 22-12 in a 1-1 game here at SAP Center. Jason Demers. He's got room and time. Skates it. Gives it to Mueller. Ingles backhands it deep. Brian Campbell there for Florida. Now Trocheck. Off Kopetsky's stick. Burns. Wants Wingles. Hits him in the skate. And then he's interfered with by Campbell. That's going to be a Florida penalty to Brian Campbell. So after tying it on the power play, the Sharks will get another opportunity when we come back. 1-1 here at SAP Center.
Comcast Sportsnet is back with a multi-fan Thursday.
It's Authentic Fan Thursday, and tonight all of our fans who bought a ticket in section 226 received a special Sharks Authentic t-shirt. Look at our Authentic Fan section, and there was no penalty on the play. I could have sworn there was an interference call coming against Campbell there, but apparently not. They called it offside, so we will stay 5-on-5.
Well, I'm standing right here beside Vlasic, and he had a good conversation with the linesman. He pinched, and he's asking why that's icing, and they're talking about different rules. He's talking about the consistency, and it was interesting and very, very respectful. Margaret Rod Vlasic was with the linesman. He's like, you know, if I'm pinching there, why is that icing? Why is that offside? And he just wants consistency. And that's one of the things Vlasic said. He goes, it's different every game. I don't know what the rules are. They were talking. They had a good, healthy conversation the entire break here.
So the face-off outside the Florida zone, and we stay 5-on-5 here in the second period. Desjardins wins the face-off. Back to Brent Burns, and Luongo will catch the high shot. Campbell off the glass and down to center ice. Sean Thornton busting his way into the San Jose zone. A 3-on-2 developing if the Sharks hurry. Desjardins toward the inside, and then he banged on his shot.
Good play by Ekblad.
Burns a drive, and that's wide. Rims out to Hannon, who keeps it in. Down from McGinn, and Desjardins now takes a look, sends it back down the boards and behind the net to Tyler Kennedy. He'll put it toward the goal, and it's swept out of there by Ekblad. 3-on-2 the other way is Florida. And a good block on the shot by Justin Braun, and covered at the crease by Niemi. Well, if you're looking to plan a holiday party, bring a group of 25 or more to a Sharks game, and you could save up to 25% per ticket. For more information on booking a group for a game here, go to sjsharks.com/groups. Well, if you look at the shot totals, you would think Sharks have this one well in hand. 24-12 out shooting Florida, but Luongo has stopped 23 of those, thus a 1-1 game on goals by Bjugstad in the first and Couture on a power play here in the second for the Sharks.
I still like the way the Sharks they're attacking Florida. They've had a few more scoring chances this period.
Dangerous moment there, and now played back in by Huberdeau. Niemi trying to backhand it out of trouble. Boys is there. And he comes off the boards with it, but it rolls from his stick to Vlasic. And now to center ice, a race. Mitchell lifts it out of play, and let's see what the call is going to be here.
Florida penalty number 33, 2 minutes, delay game.
And they got him. So Mitchell will sit.
That's a good job by Hertl. He forces the play in the neutral zone. That's why you want to attack and not give players time and space. There's Hertl, and Mitchell throws it up. It goes over the glass. If Hertl isn't as aggressive as he is in that situation, Mitchell's got time to just pick up the puck, turn, make a forehand pass. Instead, he's in the penalty box. Sharks' second power play of the game.
They scored on their first. We mentioned Florida had penalty trouble and power play goal against trouble in LA the other night. Kopecky makes a nice play at center ice to deny the Sharks entry.
That was all in the second period, as you alluded to earlier.
Now Marleau and Couture on this side. Trying to get that puck and get this power play set up. Here's Burns. And now he'll dump it deep for Thornton. Joe back up to Marleau on the near side. Couture to Thornton. And lost the stick. Or dropped it because it broke. Couture for Marleau, and it hits Thornton's, in fact, fractured stick. Thornton gets a new one, but it's chopped down the ice.
Well, Vinny Ferriello gets his stick over to Thornton as quick as he can. He threw it to Thornton. Thornton kind of mishandled it and hit him in the face.
Nieto now to Hertl. Tomash to Vlasic, and his shot didn't have much on it. Bjugstad sweeps it wide as Demers plays a nice pass to Nieto. Sharks down to 35 on the power play. They're offside here, and they'll have to back out.
It's interesting watching Vlasic after he took that shot. He played a one-on-one. Florida dumps it in. He was flexing on his stick to see if there was something wrong with it.
Here's a stretch pass to Hertl. Hangs onto it and plays it back. And now it's broken up. Fleischmann gets it away from Demers. Thomas Fleischmann to the inside, and it's intercepted by Mueller.
Nice speed by Mueller getting back, helping out Demers in that situation.
Barkov back to the point, and that's it for the San Jose power play as Mitchell's back on the ice. Matt Nieto shooting from well out, and Luongo's got that, and we'll take a break. 4:37 left in the second. 1-1 our score. Attention Dish customers, Dish may take away your Sharks hockey. Stop Dish from taking away your Sharks. Call Dish now at 1-844-I-WANT-CSN or visit iwantcsnca.com and demand they keep CSN. Randy Hunt, Jamie Baker, we're live at SAP Center on this Thursday evening. And we're glad you joined us on Comcast Sportsnet California. Game number 22 of the year for the Sharks. Past the quarter mark now in the regular season, which, well, depending on your taste, comes after game 20 or 21. Can't quite be the quarter mark of the season until, I guess, partway through game 20 or 21. 82-game regular season. Still a long way to go, but the Sharks have taking a chunk out of their schedule already. So much of it on the road.
16 of the first 21. 13 of those games, 13 of the first 21 against Eastern teams. The next 21 games, if you look at it as a quarter, 18 games against Western teams, 14 games at home. 13 games at home, sorry.
Got a holding the stick penalty coming here. And it looks like it's going to be against San Jose as Tommy Wingels coasts over to the penalty box.
San Jose, number 57, minor penalty, holding the stick.
Big penalty kill here for the San Jose Sharks with only 4 minutes left in the second period. You can see it right there. Ref saw it. We saw it. Tommy knows it. You got to look at the Panthers power play for the second time tonight. The power play late in the first period, too. A few seconds of it carried over into the second period.
Ekblad couldn't hold it in.
Yeah, he's a second on the team in scoring, Ekblad. First overall pick last year in the draft, 2014.
2 goals, one of them on the power play for Ekblad, who has 10 points on the season.
He is a good hockey player for an 18-year-old playing in the NHL.
Here he is up in the high slot. Jokinen. Goal line pass for Barkov. Now Ekblad shot blocked by Pavelski. Jokinen back on it. Niemi to save it. He knocks the rebound aside with a stick. Brian Campbell deep to keep it moving to Jokinen. And Ekblad's not going to hold the zone.
And San Jose got 2 forwards, and now Vlasic came and changed. So they get the wholesale. Everybody's out there. They have 4 fresh penalty killers. Long change here in the second period from the defensive zone.
Campbell plays it in. Bjugstad, the Florida goal scorer tonight. This is Huberdeau. Hayes back for Jonathan Huberdeau. Bjugstad. Good Branson. The shot, they score! Bjugstad with his second of the game. 2-1 Florida. A power play goal.
Well, good Branson, an Ottawa native, picks up the puck just inside the blue line. He just pulls it to his right. Nice little drop pass over to Bjugstad. We're going to see the puck on the left of your screen. It's going to work its way up high. They're going to create it. And there's good Branson right there. Bjugstad, short side, top corner. That's a great screen in front of the net. Good execution from the Florida Panthers. You can see Niemi, by the time he reacted, it was too late. That puck was by him. And that was Burns trying to get in the shooting lane. Didn't block it in that situation.
Nick Bjugstad, a first-round pick of the Panthers back in 2010. He has 6 goals now, and he has both goals tonight for the Panthers. They lead it 2-1. Go each side with a power play goal here in the middle period. Now steal off the boards. Pass in front for Hayes, just out of his reach. Kept in at the line to the point for Hayes. His pass broken up by Mueller. Trocheck on this side. Trying to go back to Jokinen. And Pavelski there to get it back. The assist on the goal to Goodbranson and Huberdeau. Bjugstad sixth at 17-23. Mirko Mueller. And that'll come out. Here's Trocheck. Lost his helmet again.
Might want to take the strap up a little bit. He got a haircut recently. He's feeling pretty good about it.
He's got to deal with the guy who cuts his hair. Got to lose the helmet twice a game. They'll cut your hair for free. Hurdle. Can't get it out. Shot from the left point. Knocked down in front of the net. Kopetsky can't get his stick free. Tied up by Braun. And it's back into Panthers territory as Luongo will set it up there for Olsen.
Florida using that power play goal, as the Sharks did earlier this period, to get a little jump in their step. They got the momentum right now.
Hurdle. And that's behind Joe Thornton. Willie Mitchell bangs it back in as we're under a minute to go here in the second period. Thornton. And that's rejected. Back to Burns. Marc-Edouard Vlasic. The give for Marleau. Patrick Marleau drops it for Thornton. Two men on him on the near boards. And Grimaldi took it away. He'll send it in behind the defense. Hurdle back up for Burns. Half a minute to go in the period, and the puck's out of play.
I'm watching Tommy Wingels jump on the ice with Goodrow. You could tell they were just communicating with each other. Shepard had already jumped on the ice. Let's get something going here in the last 30 seconds. Something, even if you can't score, let's try and draw a penalty or get something going that you can carry over to the next period.
Face-off controlled by Shepard. Barclay Goodrow. Nice job on the far side. Now to Wingels. And his shot deflects out of play. 17 seconds left now. We'll have a face-off in the Florida zone.
Good job by Goodrow coming all the way across the ice on that stretch pass. Using his size, trying to get a little something going in the offensive zone. Starting to feel more and more comfortable. Barclay Goodrow is at the NHL level. The speed and size of the game. He's got an assist. He's still looking for his first NHL goal. Maybe tonight will be the night.
Has not taken a penalty yet. He's got the perfect stat in that category.
Keeps mom and dad happy.
Backhanded by Burns wide. Time running down here in the second period. Hannon gives it back. Blocked in front. Controlled by Florida, and that'll do it for the second period. So as they did after the first, the Panthers have the lead, and the same man's done all the scoring for them, Nick Bjugstad, while Logan Couture has the lone San Jose goal. At the end of two periods, it is Florida 2, the Sharks 1. Brody Brazil and Curtis Brown are standing by with our Ram Intermission Report. They'll look around the NHL on a busy Thursday. Then Jamie Baker and I are back here with second period highlights.
Sharks Hockey on Comcast Sportsnet California is brought to you by Bay Area Mini.
Back in San Jose, getting ready to start the third period. The Sharks trailing Florida by a score of 2-1. Let's go to ice level now. Jamie Baker with assistant coach Jim Johnson.
You got 25 shots. You've had some scoring chances. What do you like so far from this game from the team?
Well, obviously in that second period, I like that we have 25 shots on goal. Our D did a better job of getting pucks through and on net. What I'd like to see us do a little bit different is not crowd the net so much, but make sure we got a guy in Luongo's eyes and then other guys out because he's getting out on top of it and spraying pucks out. We got to come down on those rebounds. We do that. We got to win a period. We win a game.
The defensive zone, the neutral zone. Any changes or adjustments you have to make in those areas?
No, we just got to continue getting pucks. We need traffic in front of this guy. He's been the difference so far. We got to continue what we're doing.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Indeed, 24 saves for Roberto Luongo to back up the 2 goals scored by Nick Bjugstad. Third period, well, the Sharks are a minus team in the third period collectively this year. -5, meaning they've been outscored by 5 goals through the first 21 and now 22nd game. Roberto Luongo settling in. We've seen him have amazing performances in this building before. Seen him beat the Sharks in the playoffs. And now the Sharks are trying to mount a comeback here on home ice in the third period as they return here to SAP Center after the long road trip. But just because your home doesn't guarantee everything's going to work out, it's still a stretch of a lot of games in not that many nights. Kulikov didn't get much on that shot. Now played behind the San Jose net. Brad Boyes there, watched by Marc-Edouard Vlasic. Boyes kept to the perimeter by Vlasic. Mitchell will send it around for Huberdeau. Patrick Marleau lost it. Huberdeau trying to swing it to the net. He's got it again. Huberdeau does. He's tripped. Shot by Markov, and we'll have a penalty here to the Sharks. And a power play for Florida now early here in the third period.
Well, the Sharks gave up a goal in the first minute, 28 seconds exactly of the first period.
Number 61, minor penalty, hooking.
I thought Florida had a couple of chances to start the second period, hit a post, and now the Sharks take a penalty here to start the third period. So not the best starts to periods for the Sharks, in particular the top line.
The hook to Justin Braun. Both teams have a power play goal in this game, and Florida goes on the power play for the third time. Jokinen wins the faceoff back to Brian Campbell. Ekblad saved by Niemi and cleared to the line by Burns, but not out. Ekblad to Campbell, back to Ekblad. His shot just wide. Rebound, and that's behind the net as Boyes couldn't convert. Pavelski will send it out.
Well, good collapse by the San Jose Sharks to the right of Niemi and clearing the puck 200 feet, allowing everybody to change with 4 fresh penalty killers out there.
Campbell off a Shark stick and then sent all the way down.
Stick on the ice in the neutral zone by Desjardins, breaking up that pass.
Nieto, good speed to get in there. The Sharks have the puck a little bit. Now bouncing to Demers. He lost his footing playing it in the neutral zone. Gets back up, brings it in. Jason Demers challenging Ekblad. Takes it to the net hard. Desjardins follows. Good penalty kill shift here for that group. Demers now gassed after that attack. Heads to the bench quickly and switches up with penalty killer Brent Burns.
Good job, though, by Demers trying to draw a penalty by driving the net.
Hayes for the Panthers. Now Bjugstad, he of the 2 goals tonight. Campbell to the net, wanted Hayes. Huberdeau swings it to the point. Campbell not there in time to keep it in. Kulikov chased down by Goodrow. Down to 20 seconds on the power play. The shot off the glove of Niemi. Good opportunity there for Trocheck, and the puck frozen. So one more face-off in Sharks territory. 13 seconds to go on the man advantage. You see Justin Braun preparing to exit. Sharks down by a goal here in the third.
Florida 21st in the league in power play. San Jose, knowing that, trying to push them up ice, even in the offensive zone. We've seen some of the players be aggressive up ice.
And simply winning the faceoff pretty much takes care of the rest of the penalty kill. Braun jumps back on the ice now. We're back to 5-on-5. And 17 minutes left to go in the third with the Panthers leading. Grimaldi on the entry pass. Fleischman's shot. And that'll deflect up into the screen and out of play.
Well, Jimmy Johnson had some nice compliments for Luongo. And he said, you know, we got to get in front of him. but they thought they were too jumbled up, almost getting tied up. Like, you don't want to go in front of the other team's net where you can be in a position where you're actually checking yourself. You want to get your stick open and maybe even create some depth around the front of the net. The Sharks, now that they've killed this penalty, need to get into re-attack mode.
Last time the Sharks came from behind in the third period and won was on the opening game of the road trip. That was a huge comeback when they were down 3-1 after 2 periods and then scored 4 unanswered goals to win in Dallas 5-3. Brent Burns a big part of that comeback with the tying and eventual winning goals.
Both nice goals too.
Now Grimaldi. Trocheck catches it back for Rocco Grimaldi. He'll come through center, lost his edge. Pass for Goodrow. He couldn't control it at the line as Luongo leaves it for the captain, Willie Mitchell.
Sharks have 26 shots, but they still, to this point of the game, haven't had an odd man rush. They've had to earn everything they've gotten out there tonight.
This will end for a bit a stretch of games against the East for the Sharks. This is the 6th in a row against Eastern Conference teams. But on this homestand, they'll see some Eastern opposition again. Last 2 games, December 2nd against Philadelphia, and then on the 4th, Boston's here.
There's collision right in front of me. Fleischmann and Wingels were changing, and that's one of the things that'll happen here. You see guys changing, they collide. A few words with each other, a little motion here in the third period.
Kennedy across the line. Ron wraps up Kopetsky. Kept in by Desjardins, and he'll backhand it deep, but off the screen. Time for our El Camino Hospital focus on winning. Talked about that game in Dallas, the first game of the road trip, and the comeback by the Sharks. The tying goal by Burns, then the winning goal by Brent Burns.
Great shots, both of them. He's got a rocket of a shot, quick release. Went upstairs in both situations, knowing the goalie was down.
18 points for Brent Burns on the year, including 7 goals. His pass here ahead for Couture, but it gets away and sent back in by McKenzie. Niemi to Burns. He'll slap it up the boards. That'll go all the way down, icing against San Jose.
Well, San Jose, the pattern is the last 6 games coming in tonight. 2 goals, 1 goal. 2-1, 2-1. They're sitting at 1 right now. And they're going to need 2 more here at some point, unless they want to win this in a shootout, to get the much-needed 2 points to start off this 6-game homestand. That's the challenge and the opportunity ahead for this team.
Olsen to center. Bjugstad there, forced to defend in his own end now. Nieto trying to click with Pavelski. So far, Todd McClellan's line tweaking has not resulted in the increased offense that was hoped for, at least from the standpoint of scoring, if not the shots on goal. Saturday night, the Sharks are back at home. The Arizona Coyotes coming to town. It'll be a Saturday night on ice for us. 7 p.m. Sharks pregame live here on Comcast Sportsnet California. Of course, each and every Saturday, you have a chance to win a collector's edition poster. Join us here on Saturday with the Desert Dogs in town for the first time this year. Important division game for the Sharks in the Pacific. Joe Thornton in the face-off circle here.
The Sharks need a dose of Western teams. They're 5-2-1 against the West so far this year.
Marleau. It's back from Mueller. That'll trickle through. Luongo with the save. Dumped out in front. Marleau shot blocked. Brad Boyes gets in the way of that one.
Desperation played by Boyes, and a good one at that. Marleau's had a couple of good looks. He's fired one over the net in the second period. That was a good chance in the mid to high slot area. You said it earlier this game. Patty Marleau, when he gets a chance, he's got a great release, and Brad Boyes doing a good job of blocking that shot.
That's just a position save for Luongo. I'm not sure, as Marleau took the shot that Luongo saw it come through. Actually blocked there by Bjugstad. Brad Boys. Top shot blocker in the game is Kulikov, the defenseman for Florida. At least after 2 periods, he had 5 blocks.
Big face-off win for Florida. After that icing, they get a wholesale change, all 5 guys. They win in that face-off and then gaining the red line, dumping the puck in.
So the Sharks, after 40 minutes, had 25 on goal, 12 missed, and another 18 blocked. That's a lot of pucks in the direction of the Florida net by the Sharks.
Carried the pace of the play tonight. When you look at even the Couture goal, Randy, that was a 3rd chance. I mean, Pavelski had 2 looks, and then Couture picked up the 3rd one. That's how you're going to have to score in Luongo tonight.
Both goals against Niemi have been on first chances. One, a deflection by Bjugstad. Second, a hard shot by Bjugstad. Jokinen couldn't get it out. Brent Burns from the point. Block. Delayed penalty coming here against Florida. Niemi leaves the net, but it's controlled by Trocheck. And now the Sharks will get a chance to tie it up. A power play for San Jose when we come back. Sharks about to go on a power play.
Tommy Wingels draws a hooking penalty. Well, if that's the hooking penalty, that wasn't much of a hook. The Sharks will take it, but that's the Sharks' 3rd line. They drew the first penalty of the game that the Sharks scored in the power play. They draw another one. San Jose has a chance to tie this up.
So you see Jokinen on for the hook at 6:45.
Well, if you're struggling 5-on-5, then the importance of drawing penalties to put this power play unit out there increases.
Pavelski will start at center on the faceoff. Couture on his right, Thornton on his left, Marleau at the right point, Burns at the left. And Marleau with the puck. Goes across to Burns, takes it off the boards. Back through for Pavelski, and the Panthers clear it. Marleau tripped up going after that puck, got his balance quickly to get back up, and now Burns with it again for the Sharks. Marleau to the line off the skate of Pavelski, and the Sharks just not getting the clean entry they need.
Well, nice give and go between Burns and Marleau, but Marleau ran out of space. He almost ran into Pavelski and one of the Panthers. He was forced to cough the puck up in that situation.
Marleau back for Burns. He one-arms it ahead, but it's taken back by Fleischmann. He'll cross the line and slap one off the stick of Joe Thornton up out of play. And so far the Sharks have just not gained the zone to be able to set up their power play.
Well, they were forced to dump it in that situation, but Marleau was in a one-on-one situation. When you're in the power play, you want to try and outnumber the other team. Take a look at Patty Marleau. He's had some looks. Getting back on the off the schneid and on the scoreboard from a scoring standpoint. He does have an assist tonight.
He's playing in his 400th game in a row tonight.
Well, that just speaks volumes of how well he trains and takes care of himself. He works so hard in the summers, and from a nutrition and rest standpoint, always has.
This is 1,269th game, but 400 straight without missing one. He's consistently been, throughout his whole career, very durable. Just doesn't miss many games. Never played a game in the minor leagues either. Straight out of the Western Hockey League, the Seattle Thunderbirds, and to the NHL. At 17, his first training camp, turned 18 before the season started. Daryl Sutter was the coach back then. We wondered, would Marleau stick? Well, yeah, he stuck. Had a great first year as well. Wingels. And Hurdle can't keep hold of it. It's back down to Niemi, and there's 35 left to go.
I'll see if the Sharks can muster something. Hurdle comes off a little bit, showing a little frustration on those 2 zone entries.
Sent in by Thornton. Now Joe Thornton back in the corner. And a centering pass is deflected up and out of play. Down to 12 seconds left on the San Jose power play. Well, there's the active streaks in the NHL. Jay Bouwmeester, 736 consecutive games among.
And the second one's almost the most impressive, Cogliano. He's never missed a game since he started playing in the league. Since day one, his first game, he's played 561 consecutive games. Gerard Gallant is not happy. I'm not sure if he's yelling because he thinks there should be some time elapsed on the clock. I'm not sure what he was.
Referee indicated to go upstairs, Chris Rooney, so I think they're probably checking the clock. Well, now they're talking to Toronto.
Todd McClellan talking to his team, telling him he needs his troops to be a lot more desperate coming down the stretch here. And that's a direct reaction of this power play, where the Sharks have been outmanned and outnumbered as the referees try and figure this out.
12 seconds remain up on the clock here in the penalty to Jokinen.
Well, enough time for the Sharks if they win the face-off to get a quick scoring chance, and then maybe if they can't score, trying to establish a little power play influence, if you will. And as I just talked about, the bench is to my right. Todd McClellan trying to get his guys going. He needs more desperation here. The clock it'll tick away pretty quick in the last 10 minutes of a game. And this period, the Sharks have had the least amount of real scoring chances when you compare it to the last two.
Of course, we're guessing that this is about power play time remaining, but.
Well, it has to be about the clock, I would assume. They're not going to go to a review to see if it deflected off a Florida Panthers stick. And I'm not sure. It's a lengthy review. And they could be trying to argue to get the face-off in the neutral zone.
The referee is communicating now with the official scorer.
I don't know if we want to start going to video for everything here. We've got two referees out there, two linesmen.
They're going to take 4 seconds off, so that's
what it was, right? Yep.
That's the time remaining now. 8 seconds left on the power play.
No, that's
a big adjustment.
Yeah, that's not like 4/10 of a second. That's 1/3 of what was left on the initial penalty.
So the Panthers obviously picked something up on their staff watching this game on the bench or up top or on their video side of things. Back at full strength now as Kopecky comes into the San Jose zone. So the Panthers shut down the Sharks power play on that try. San Jose 1 for 3 on the man advantage. Same as Florida. And there's 11 minutes left now in the third period. It's still a 2-1 Panthers lead. Thomas Fleischmann into the Shark zone. Gets it to the net, and a great chance for Grimaldi, but he banned. Kulikov. Pick up Barkov, and nowhere to go for him as Wingels comes in with Braun. The pass, the Braun stick was tied up with Campbell.
A couple of defensemen fighting for body position in front of Roberto Luongo.
Coming across, here's Goodrow. Shepard trying to find Wingels. He's got it in the corner. Back out to Vlasic. And the Panthers just dump it in. And this will be icing against Florida.
Take a look at Anthony Niemi. There's a little spinorama. Niemi taking away the bottom part of the net and did a good job. We see from the Prism net cam. We get a real good look at Niemi. And then he kind of just flicks it with his stick. One hand on his stick over there and just kind of flick that puck away from the danger in front of the net.
15 saves on 17 shots for Antti Niemi.
There's Grimaldi. This has got to be easy for him today. Only playing one game.
Yeah, only played in one league. Wheeler shot block. Rebound chance. Here's another. And Couture goes down fighting his way to the net. And Florida will take another icing here. Well, they wave it off.
Sharks coaching staff, both McCullough and Jay Woodcroft, right away were asking why that wasn't icing. I thought it was too.
Stolen by Huberdeau. Now Bjugstad. Pavelski ahead for Nieto. Matt Nieto stopped, and back come the Panthers. Here's Huberdeau, tripped up by Burns. That'll be a penalty as Niemi freezes the puck, and it's the Panthers that'll go on the power play, but still some activity before that as Bjugstad getting into it with Demers. But I don't think there will be any more penalties, and the Panthers will have a man advantage as Brent Burns takes down Jonathan Huberdeau. Attention Dish customers, Dish may take away your Sharks hockey. Stop Dish from taking away your Sharks. Call Dish now at 1-844-I-WANT-CSN or visit iwantcsnca.com and demand they keep CSN. A power play for the Florida Panthers. It'll be their 4th of the game as Brent Burns gets the penalty for tripping.
Now look at the teeth on that Shark head. That's what the Sharks need to do right now. Show their teeth from a penalty killing standpoint and then go into full attack mode.
Barkov to Jokinen, and now they set it up to Brian Campbell. You see Jokinen potentially shot it toward the middle, looking for that high tip play from Boyes. Now Barkov wants Boyes, and the Sharks clear.
Good clear there by Pavelski. Low collapse by he and Nieto.
Campbell. Jokinen, as it deflected off Hannon. Now Ekblad tried to move it. Hip check thrown by Couture, knocked Ekblad down. Just another way to penalty kill effectively by Logan Couture there. Now Brian Campbell to center. Jokinen. Here's Barkov, saved by Niemi, and he catches it.
Oh, we get a good look there from Niemi making a great save on Barkov, the 2nd overall pick in the 2013 draft. And Niemi left post, right post, takes away the bottom of the net, bobbles it, catches it. I won't say that's a game-saving save, but with 8:21 left, you definitely don't want to go down by 2 at this juncture. Niemi doing a good job of showing his lateral mobility.
Minute to go on the Florida power play. Braun tried to slap it clear, couldn't get it all the way out. Now Kulikov fans. And Braun will send it behind the net. Help there from Vlasic. Bad bounce and a chance for Florida, and Hayes didn't get a clean shot away on the feet from Huberdeau. Kulikov. Good Branson. Huberdeau to the net, saved by Niemi. Good Branson. Kulikov back down the wing. Huberdeau a shot. Niemi the pad save. Good Branson. He'll fire into traffic, and it hit a body and came back wide. And now the Sharks clear to center. A dozen seconds left in Burns' penalty.
Both Good Branson and Bjugstad were sliding in backdoor.
Huberdeau over to Good Branson. Time running down here. He'll get it in. Burns comes back on the ice. So the Sharks with a big kill to keep it a 1-goal game.
Watching Florida come off, Huberdeau in particular, frustrated, banging his stick. And missed opportunity there on the power play.
Campbell through to Niemi, and he'll hold it there. No question Florida got some looks on that power play. But Niemi and company shutting the door.
Well, and they knew it too, the Florida Panthers. They're still showing some emotion, Huberdeau is. Picked up an assist earlier this game.
Going into this period, the Sharks were out shooting Florida 25-15. Now it's 26-23. The Sharks have been held to just 1 shot in this period.
That's why Todd McClellan was saying, boys, we need more desperation from everybody. Everybody ropes and everybody rides.
As Jim Johnson said to you, after 2 periods, we need more shots. Here's Marleau with a great move, and a penalty drawn. Burns shoots, and that'll be blocked, controlled by Florida. And Patrick Marleau denied on the breakaway, but Will there be a penalty shot? Yes.
Both referees communicated with each other right when the whistle happened. They looked at each other. They both agreed this is a penalty shot. There's Marleau. He's in all alone. Campbell does not try to play the puck. Slashes Marleau. And we're going to see a penalty shot. One of the most exciting moments in hockey. Not a shootout. This is a penalty shot. There's Marleau, 3 for 5 in his career. This gets everybody standing on the Sharks bench.
Here's the penalty shot now for Patrick Marleau. Out comes Luongo. And Luongo makes the save.
You know, Marleau came over to the right side. He's a left-handed shot. Obviously, he's going to fake and just try and he got Luongo to bite. I just think he tried to go upstairs and didn't get it high enough. And that is a huge save by Luongo. And, of course, no power play for the San Jose Sharks.
Here's Kopecky now, and he'll backhand it clear past center ice. Thornton back defensively, tracked by no relation, Sean Thornton.
Well, that would have been perfect for Marleau's. It counted as a 5-on-5 goal, but boy, for a guy who's struggling scoring right now, that would have been lifted him, his morale, and also the team here to tie this thing up.
We'll see if that is the save of the game. Right now, it's pretty huge for Roberto Luongo. Niemi around for Andrew Desjardins. 2-1 Panthers. 6:12 to go in the third. And an icing call against San Jose.
There's Patty Marleau. I like when he came off a bunch of guys. So keep going, Patty. Good job. There's his stats for the year, 5 goals. 4 of those were in the first 5 games. The Sharks want to start scoring more goals as a team. We've talked about it throughout the broadcast. One of the guys to get going is Marleau. We saw Couture get one earlier this game, but
Grimaldi turns and fires. Dylan Olsen off his glove, backhands it just wide. Now Fleischmann. Barkov will chase it to the corner. Grimaldi sends it around. Fleischmann there. And as he tried to get cute, lost the puck. Hurdle. At center, slips it deep. Sharks get a line change. 5:40 left. Long pass by Goodbranson, off a stick and out of play. 5:36 left in the third. 2-1 Florida leads. Here it's time for our Toyota game summary. Get you caught up on the goals. Nick Bukestad's had a game for Florida. Scored just 24 seconds in on a deflection of Kulikov shot. First shift of the game, 1-0. Then Logan Couture got the Sharks tied up with a power play goal, his 8th of the year. But then it was Bukestad. The hard shot beating Niemi. That was on the power play for Florida. And we just saw Patrick Marleau denied on a penalty shot by that man, Roberto Luongo. There's his career numbers against the Sharks.
Very respectable, especially that save percentage, .918.
Sharks have 5.5 minutes here to try and get to Luongo and get this tied or better.
You talked about this earlier, Randy. It's an Eastern team. Sharks don't care if they win it. And I mean, you want the ROW, but they just want the 2 points. Not worried about whether Florida gets a point or not.
Now to play off Joe Pavelski's stick, who has an assist, the primary assist on Couture's goal, because it was Pavelski's initial bid that was stopped by Luongo. And then, as you saw there on the Toyota game summary, Couture followed with the goal. Pavelski stands in here on the face-off with Derek McKenzie. Kulikov can't clear. Now McKenzie will jam it ahead for Bukestad.
He comes off right away, McKenzie. Right-handed shot. He was out there to win the face-off, and he did just that.
Nieto on the boards. Comes out to Bukestad. Gets to the center of the zone. Weak backhander.
He's a big man, 6'6". If you don't have body position on him, he's going to be able to make a play. Pavelski,
he'll send it in. Nieto in the zone. Kulikov with 2 Sharks on him. He made that play to get it to Brad Boyes. Bukestad will fire. Save for Niemi. to center and tapped in by Pavelski. 4.5 left now as Niemi will be forced to hold this. Reminder, stay with us for Esurance Sharks postgame live with Brody Brazil and Curtis Brown. That's coming up next. Brett Hennigan working the radio side for the Sharks tonight. Also join us here on our postgame show at SAP Center.
Take a look at Logan Couture just off after that last shift. We'll see if Todd McClellan starts shortening his bench. Maybe down to 3 lines. Put the third line out there. They've drawn a couple of penalties. See if they can't go get a goal.
Trocheck. Scott Hannon wants Barclay Goodrow coming out of the zone. No icing here. Dylan Olsen lost it to Goodrow. Burns to the net, but wide. Jason Demers pulls it off the boards, trying to get it in front. Goodrow was there. That's denied by Jimmy Hayes for Florida. Panthers claiming there were too many on for the Sharks. Nobody touched that puck.
Actually, the Sharks were doing the same. Wingles was saying the same thing, that he thought there was too many Panthers.
Marleau. Joe Thornton comes from the neutral zone to try and catch up with this pass from Patrick Marleau. Ends up underneath Ekblad. Thornton digs it out. Blocked by Kopecky, but he doesn't get it out. Now Thornton into a seam for Hertl. He just missed wide. He had Luongo leaning. Tomas Hertl trying to catch that inside post, and he just missed. Braun. And now Pavelski with Couture. Pavelski for Logan Couture. He didn't see it.
I think Logan in that situation was going to the front of the net, trying to maybe set a pick, allowing Pavelski, if he could get a lane, to come in and maybe try a deke.
Burns, Pavelski, and Couture. Logan tripped up by the stick of Kulikov, who was playing the puck.
Sharks defenseman getting more active. See Scotty Hannon joining the rush there, and he was in on the forecheck right away.
Here's Barkov. His shot, gloved by Niemi. Brent Burns now with 2:15 to go. Huberdeau breaks it up. A shot by Boyes just wide. Now Bukestad, and it's on Burns' stick again.
Sharks players starting to look up the clock a little more intently now. They know the time is running out.
Puck slows down, no icing. Goodbranson wheels it around to Dylan Olsen. Brad Boyes gets it clear to Huberdeau at center. McClellan gesturing to Niemi to come out, and he does.
And he gets the top line back out there. He's actually got Couture out there.
Trocheck for Florida. Here's Huberdeau from center. They get it across. Campbell at the empty net, blocked by Braun.
Game-saving play there by Braun.
Thornton. Braun has it. He'll go up the wing, but it was slowed down. To Thornton. Behind the net, Couture. Ekblad in the way, but Thornton has it again. Checked by Ekblad. Centering pass, and cleared down by the Panthers. A race to the puck, and icing called against Florida. So the Sharks will get a deep face-off here. 59.3 to go on the clock. You may see a timeout here by Gerard Gallant. We'll see. Let's give that our Ford right choice. Roberto Luongo.
His rebound control enters the Prism net cam. You can see him right. Look at him come out and challenge. He started on the goal line there. And of course the biggest save of the night was on the penalty shot from Patty Marleau. And you want your goaltender to give you a chance to win on the road, and that's exactly what Luongo has done. Thought his best period was in the second. He hasn't been tested often in the third period, but yet his best save has been because of the penalty shot. And we see the Jay Woodcroft talking to the Shark players. Gerard Gallant talking to his team. Be a 6-on-5. Assuming Niemi's going to stay on the bench, which he is.
Different mindset on the Florida bench. There's a level of anticipation there that they can get a big win on the road here.
Yeah,
for them to take 2 out of 3 in California would be huge.
And sweep the Sharks. Well, they've got points in 10 of the last 13 games, the Panthers have. A bunch of those games are overtime shootout losses, but...
They're just double-checking that the right personnel are on the ice for Florida after that icing call. Linesman scanning all the jersey numbers. And everything appears to be all right. Here we go. Minute to go. Off the draw, it's Burns. Sends it back to Marleau at the point. Now Pavelski into the middle block.
Another block shot for Florida.
Back to Joe Pavelski. Now Thornton couldn't catch it cleanly. Marleau jumps in from the point to keep it alive. Pavelski battling Jokinen. Now Thornton down in the corner. For Marleau, he scores! Patrick Marleau, we're tied.
Well, he saved it till the last minute, Patrick Marleau. He's had some good looks. He missed a penalty shot, but with 33 seconds left, you can see him. He lets the puck go by, goes to the net, stick on the ice, and just a one-timer. Nice pass from Thornton. Look at that look from Marleau. And I think that actually went off the defenseman of Ekblad. He gets a little break there, a deserved break. And we have a tie game, and the faithful here at SAP Center have something to cheer about.
19-26 with the extra skater. Marleau gets his 6th of the year from Thornton and Hertl, and it's 2-2.
You know, he didn't let himself down after missing that penalty shot. He didn't quit. He didn't get frustrated, and it pays off in the last minute.
Now Rocco Grimaldi, and he's eliminated by Vlasic.
He's not used to playing against players like Vlasic.
We've got a penalty.
It's a high stick.
Or is it a high? No, it's a high sticking penalty.
44 San Jose, 2 minutes high sticking.
Was that on Grimaldi?
I think it was.
Right there. Caught him up in the head.
Wow, kind of trying to pull a stick up and over. Caught him in the back of the helmet.
So now a power play that, of course, would carry on over into overtime. 19:49, Vlasic, 2 minutes for high sticking. It's 10.2 to go here on the game clock in the third. Burns is going to slap this clear just over the line. Goodbranson will send it across, and we will go to overtime here at SAP Center. And the Panthers will have a minute 50 of power play time to start the overtime period.
This will be a 4-on-3 power play in the overtime, but first things first, Marleau got the Sharks back in it.
That will do it for regulation. It's the Sharks 2 and the Panthers 2. We'll check in with Brody and Curtis. Then overtime hockey coming up next. We are ready for the start of overtime. There's Brian Campbell, who Curtis Brown just alluded to. Denied that chance at the empty net by Justin Braun. And the NHL general managers meeting earlier this week in Toronto decided to change their minds on something that was started at the beginning of the year, this dry scrape, as it's called, in between the end of regulation and the start of overtime. They felt the time that it took to execute this was just too long. Too many fans,
that time we're doing right now.
too many fans were leaving the games when this was occurring and not staying for the overtime period. So after this weekend, this practice will be done away with in the NHL, and should games go to overtime, they'll bring the shovel crew, the ice crew, out onto the ice, and they'll try to execute all this a lot more quickly with shovels rather than than the Zambonis.
So what we're trying to say is savor this as you watch the Zamboni, folks, because it's going away after the games, after the third period. With Vlasic in the box for the San Jose Sharks, it increases the situation, if you will, because you got your best defenseman who would clearly be out there if it was a 4-on-3 situation. He's going to be on the ice. And Jimmy Johnson came up. He just was talking to Burns and Scotty Hanna, talking about what they need to do. Couture's going to be out there. 4-on-3 situation. You're going to create a triangle in the defensive zone. It's going to be switches. You want to stay in the shooting lane. You have to be pretty much passive. You're going to have to give up perimeter shots, and then all three guys collapse down low and not give up any second or third opportunities.
So it looks like McClellan is going to start with Burns, Hannon, and Couture out on the penalty kill here to start overtime. 1:50 remaining in Vlasic's penalty from late in that third period after the Sharks had tied it on the goal by Patrick Marleau.
And because the goalies change at the beginning of the overtime, it's a long change for the Sharks from a defensive zone standpoint. So they'll need a full clear if they want to get three fresh guys.
For Florida, Gerard Gallant has Brad Boyce, Jonathan Huberdeau, Jussi Jokinen, and Brian Campbell out to start the overtime. So 3 forwards and a defenseman on this 4-on-3 power play.
The Sharks aren't looking at anything other than just get this penalty kill and then go from there. And you got 3 minutes and 10 seconds.
A steal by Couture off the faceoff. He'll put a shot on net and along to a stick save. Jokinen drops it for Campbell. And Brian Campbell shoots it in high off the corner glass. Hannon to Couture to Burns. He can't get it out. Campbell at the point. It rims all the way to Jokinen on this side. Back to Brian Campbell. Jokinen at the goal line. Back for Boyes off his stick and out. Luongo gets it ahead for Boyes again. Now Boyes a nice deep. Boyes still with the puck. Off his stick. Hannon will just get it cleared. Hit the shaft of Huberdeau's stick. Hannon again with a chance to clear.
Good job by Scotty Hanna. Stick on the ice, breaking up the play not once but twice. Then he gets a clear and a change.
Campbell, Trocheck. Here's Bjugstad. Niemi the save. Puck loose in front. Cleared down by Pavelski.
That's why the top forward collapses to the front of the net to create an outnumbered situation. Pavelski with the clear.
Now 25 seconds left on the power play. Kulikov. Bjugstad has a look. Back to Kulikov. Barkov facing the net. Up top, Bjugstad. Shot deflects up out of play.
Bjugstad going for the hat trick. Jimmy Johnson was yelling from the bench. There it is. So obviously from a pre-scout standpoint, the Sharks coaches saw something. And what it was a switch. You get a left-handed defenseman. He slides down the middle. A right-handed shot comes up to the... And that's Bjugstad in that situation into a one-timer. Good read by the Sharks in the defensive zone. Great pre-scout from the San Jose Sharks coaches.
So now 9 seconds left in Vlasic's penalty. The face-off critical here. Thornton is going to stand in to take it against Big Nick Bjugstad, who has both Florida goals tonight. And it's back to the point. Mitchell. Across. The pass there for Barkov. He missed it. He gets it back. Ekblad for Barkov. Penalty's over. Back to 4-on-4. Bjugstad checked by Burns. Joe Thornton. Barkov got it away. Sends it to the point, but Florida was switching. Here's Ekblad down the right wing now. In overtime. Kopecky skates in. Niemi the save. Puck's loose, and now Niemi's got it.
Well, 2 big saves here in the last 20-30 seconds by Antti Niemi. There's a shot from Ekblad. And Barkov tried to redirect it with his skate, and then you can see that puck kind of kick off the backboards, and then Kopechki heads to the front of the net, and Niemi stays with him the whole way. Takes away the bottom part of the net, freezes the puck.
25 saves for Niemi tonight.
Shots are almost even now, 29-27.
Nat Nieto plays it ahead. Jason Demers. Across. Nieto trying to get it to the net where Pavelski is.
Pavelski was hoping he just bobbled that pass, Nieto. It was a smart play by Demers, too. Didn't force that puck through the middle of the ice when he first entered the zone.
Brian Campbell steers it ahead, but Fleischmann is offside. 2:12 left in overtime.
Good positioning by the linesman. Don't give the linesman or refs enough credit. Usually we criticize them. The linesman was right there in that situation as Fleischmann tried to take that redirect pass in the neutral zone, head in on a breakaway. It's offside, face off outside the blue.
James Shepard out now for this draw against Trocheck. Goes all the way back to Willie Mitchell. This is Kulikov for the Panthers. In and around far side Trocheck. Braun gotta stay close to him. Now Kulikov. Trocheck again. Just holds the zone. Flicks it in.
I'm impressed by this Trocheck. He's a good skater and a smart hockey player.
Sharks with it. James Shepard taps it ahead for Tomas Hertl. Sends it in with a minute and a half left. Huberdeau. Touch pass. Here's Bjugstad, and that one goes up out of play. Nick Bjugstad with a chance to win it there, and he got some kind of a shot away.
Well, we've seen this before. Brian Campbell back in the day played for 20 games, and he takes off up through the neutral zone, and what a little one-touch pass to Bjugstad.
Heck of a job by Niemi fighting off that blast from Bjugstad, who stays in there for this face-off against Thornton. It goes to Campbell from the line. Good Branson in front. Bjugstad's there, and Niemi has the puck.
Well, Luongo has been tremendous all night for the Florida Panthers, but Niemi has been phenomenal here in this overtime period. Obviously, part of it was because the Sharks had to kill a penalty, but we got a good goaltender duel going here.
Bjugstad against Thornton again. Lonnie Cameron, the referee, making sure they get this, or the linesman making sure they get this right, and Thornton with the face-off win to Hannon. Up ice, it's Burns to Joe Thornton. Thornton back across. Couture shoots, saved by Luongo. And now Thornton, or make it Burns, hanging around the crease there at the end of the play. And they'll separate with a minute to go in overtime.
Burns kicks the puck out to Thornton, who's coming down the left side. Burns does a center lane drive. Couture catches the puck, and the Prism net cam gives us a good view of Luongo going from his right to his left, going down, and then snagging that puck, making it look easy. Good scoring chance from the Sharks. It was Brent Burns leading the rush, and a good center lane drive. He knows that forward position. He played there before. Knows what to do in a 3-on-2 situation.
Here's Barkov for Florida. He's played by Braun. Supported by Vlasic. Ahead to Pavelski. On to Couture. Logan Couture. And his shot will go up out of play with 39.2 left in the overtime. Last game of the night in the National Hockey League. LA just defeated Carolina 3-2. Anaheim in a shootout wins on the road at Vancouver 4-3.
Sharks trying to keep pace with their Pacific Division foes.
Arizona, who's here on Saturday, lost in Dallas 3-1.
Of course, Vancouver and Calgary, two of the early season surprises. Off to great starts, both teams from Western Canada.
Kulikov. And now McKenzie. Mitchell, the defenseman, trying to center it.
Great stick by Braun.
Vlasic, time running down in the overtime period. He'll get to the zone, then lost the puck. Mitchell sends it ahead. Mirko Mueller. Here's Burns, time running down in the OT. Drop pass. Hurdle, trying to scoop it to the net, nowhere to go, and this final game on this Thursday night in the National Hockey League is not over. We're going to a shootout. And that will begin almost immediately. Of course, the scraping of the ice has occurred. That part won't change. They won't do the shoveling of the ice in between overtime and the shootout. It'll happen right at the end of regulation. While we get ready for the shootout, a quick peek at the upcoming schedule. Sharks' next 3 games. Saturday here against the Coyotes, 7 o'clock pregame live. Then the Sharks catch a little bit of a break. They'll be off until the Wednesday when the surprising Calgary Flames come to town. Flames with a terrific start to their season. And then a week from Saturday is going to be a good one. November 29th. The Anaheim Ducks are in town. First meeting between the teams since that wild one that the Sharks won in Orange County back in October.
3 Pacific Division Rivals. Okay, play coach. You put Marleau in.
I think so. Pavelski's going to shoot first. And the shootout underway. Joe Pavelski. And Luongo with the save.
Stayed with him all the way. Tried to deke to the backhand. Pavelski did. But Luongo's looking for some water.
Jonathan Huberdeau is going to go first for Florida. Pretty good career numbers in the shootout. Over 40%. And he hits the post. He was ready to celebrate.
Yeah, he was. He came in, kind of put the brakes on. We've seen Pavelski do that so many times. There's the brakes. And he comes back to his forehand. And actually, I might have gone off. Did that go off the toe? Look at Niemi's toe. Actually caught the puck a bit before it hit the post.
Here's Couture, second sharpshooter. And he scored.
His hands are so fast. He's got the puck out in front of him. Boom. 5-hole. No chance for Luongo. He's doing it while he's moving. Catches the goalie off guard.
Jussi Jokinen is pretty good at this shootout thing.
He's only taken 78 in his career.
Here he comes to the right wing. And he scores.
That's his go-to move right there. Left-handed shot. Veers way out to the right, and he's moving to his left. He forces the goalie. We're going to watch Niemi. He's forcing the goalie to move lateral. Over the pad, under the blocker. Right inside the post.
Well, Marlowe's not going to be in the top 3 because it's Brent Burns out there. And he hits the post. So a post each in the shootout. And now a chance for Bjugstad to win it. It won't be a hat trick in a sense, but he has the only other 2 goals for the Panthers.
Wow, did that come off the post fast, too? He pulled that in, changed the angle of his stick. Burns didn't.
Nick Bjugstad for Florida. And the Panthers win.
Hats off to him. Played a great game, and Bjugstad doesn't get the hat trick, but he had 2, and he gets the game-deciding goal with an absolute beauty of a roof shot in the shootout, and the Panthers sweep the Sharks this year.
The final score in a shootout, Florida 3 and the Sharks 2. And Sharks post-game live starts right now on Comcast Sportsnet California.